Hello, hello. My name is Maxine Samone. I'm here to share a touch of Venus with you. I just had some quick downloads come in that made sense from a dream that I had recently. So, we're going to get into those messages because, yeah, we need to. These are important prophetic messages, okay? Let's get into the notes. But first off, thank you for being here. Thank you for giving me your time and attention, and tuning in for the reading. If you are seeing this live on TikTok, it will be posted on YouTube. So if you can't stay, that's okay. And if you're watching this on YouTube in the future, if you can like, share, subscribe, that would be amazing. We're going to get into the downloads because this is a prophetic message that came to me in a dream that really I started to get the pieces to today. And I had a dream a couple of days ago, actually. So I'll tell you about my dream first. My dream was, I was like in a field, like an agriculture field, and the field was kind of clear. There was like harvest around on both sides, but I was in an open passage of the harvest and I could see my house. It seemed like very far, but I had papers in my hand that were very important and I knew that I needed to get to my house. Then all of a sudden this storm starts coming, and what is like, imagine like a sepia type of coloring kind of background. The setting, like the color, the feeling of the dream was like sepia tone. You know what I'm saying? Like Wild Wild West kind of feeling, but more like prairie agriculture, you know? Anyway, I am in that field and I know that I'm on a mission to get this paper back to the house, and that's very important. And all of a sudden, as I'm starting to head that way, a storm starts coming. So the clouds or the sky turns like a grayish brown color, like a tornado or something is coming. And then to my right, this gang of like horses, like there was like 4 or 5. And there was one horse that they were ganging up on. And I thought that they were like wild horses, like huge horses, and they were like shaming it. Like it gave me the feeling of shame in the dream, but they were attacking this one horse. And as they came closer, and also I saw this huge fight coming towards me to my right, I started booking it to the house, right? So I'm just like, I'm running, and I know that I have these papers that I need to get back, and I need to get home. So yeah, I see the horses coming, and as they're coming closer, they're actually donkeys. I know it sounds crazy. And the other horses or donkeys or whatever, they're like attacking the one and hacking it on its neck specifically, like chomping on its neck. So that was my dream, and then I had other dreams that night. But as I had that dream a few days ago, so then I keep seeing donkeys starting to pop up in my peripheral, not like in real life, but like on my timeline and things. And I'm like, what is the spiritual meaning of donkey? And as I'm like looking that up, I also see the number 613, 316. And so I looked that up, and it's talking about, don't worry about a tough situation. You're protected. Don't worry about focusing on your finances, or if your finances are having trouble, you're protected. And like these like warnings or like prophecy around, well, I wouldn't say prophecy, like these angel numbers showing support of like, if there are any challenges that you're facing, it comes together with the spirit animal meaning. The donkey means it was like perseverance or something. Damn, it's like leaving me, but look up these things on your own if this is catching your attention. But basically, don't worry about finances, focus on positivity. But it led me down this rabbit hole of the donkey, because I guess the donkey has been used. I'm not very well versed in like biblical text, but I know a bit here and there. I've been more like, I study a little bit of everything, right? But in the prophecy of Zechariah in 9 9, which we just had 9-9, the 9-9 portal, yesterday, which we're clearing out, or we're in, like the portal just doesn't happen that one day, we're like in it right now. Jesus uses the donkey to enter into Jerusalem. That is a part of the prophecy, right? But then as I started to read Zechariah 9:9, it was saying that he enters on both a donkey and a colt, which is a young horse. And I was like, interesting. You know what I'm saying? Interesting. But also, as I'm looking these things up, there's angel numbers starting to pop up, like 2111, 215, 1215, so 215, 512. But also in my last few messages, the month May is very significant. So something may be taking place right now that ends up not completing, but you will see the benefits of around May. Okay. But yes, he enters into Jerusalem on the donkey, and I was reading some people's interpretations of that, but like even the actual scripture, it says he will enter Jerusalem riding upon an ass. Okay. But I have studied astrology esoterically. One of the main ways that I love to study astrology esoterically, you can look up Santos Bonacci. He's an Italian astrologer, I believe, and he does like all of the esoteric kind of study when it comes to the health and the body and how astrology connects to the body. And the gluteus is connected. Is that how I say it? Gluteus? Basically the ass is connected to Libra, which is interesting to me because we're talking about struggle, we're talking about blockages, obstacles, like I said, a storm brewing, or a ganging up on, the shame, the feeling of like being silenced, attacking the throat chakra, this prophecy of some blockage coming to you right now. And it's coming to your awareness to let you know that you are very protected through this. And this is actually one of the things that is helping to accumulate your karma. Well, as I was sitting on this, or when I was sitting with these thoughts, okay, I also had the realization that we are like past the halfway mark of the year. And I feel like karma is being dished out in 2 phases in the astrological year of 2024. We've kind of already had one wave. If you didn't notice, we had one wave, and you might have gotten paid out a little bit here and there, like a little bit of karmic retribution, cosmic retribution here and there. And you're like, wow, that was amazing. That, like, I see how karma works. I see how things are unfolding, you know? But the big one, there's a big one about to happen. This feels like, and it's not about that. It's just, this is a part of the bigger plan. So if there's anything that you feel like there's some wrongdoing, or you feel like there's people watching you right now that are maybe ganging up on you, you feel the energies, if you feel, just know that it's all a part of the plan. But we're going to get into the reading. What I was going to say is that he rode on, in the scripture, it said that he rode on both the donkey and the colt. And I was reading some people's opinions on this, and one person said he could have rode both. He probably rode the donkey first and then rode into the colt, or some on the colt, or whatever, or vice versa. And so that, to me, it kind of felt familiar to these 2 phases, you know. And I kind of feel like there are people in your life that are creating tensions, that there may be people that are just straight up malicious in your life right now, that are trying to put you in, quote unquote, like the lion's den. But what they don't realize, and I've heard this in just some other readings just recently, is that you're the lion tamer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are developing your strength through this. And this is one of the many ways that spirit helps to develop your courage in facing fears and facing darker energies. Not to say that it's easy, nor that it's fun or anything like that, but I think that spirit is kind of bringing this to our attention, because this is a very karmic retribution type of year, where the scales are being balanced, and it feels as though there might have been one wave and now there's a second one coming, but it needs to be, the circumstances are being created right now, built upon. If you haven't gotten that big payout, and it's not like a payout, we will see the form that it comes in, but whether it's spiritual upgrade, whether it's actual tangible money, more freedom, moving away, something where it adds to your abundance, whether that's time, money, knowledge, wisdom, I feel like there's going to be a second bigger wave. But this is contending on the people that are in your life and how much grace, and it's not a test to how much grace you can give, but by you taming that beast within you, because I'm thinking about the strength card right now. I'm thinking about like the lion and the virgin taming the beast. We're in Virgo season, we're taming the beast, okay? We are adding order to the chaos, right? And even though you're put into chaos, there is a greater plan for it. Like I said, this feels very prophetic. So we're going to get into the cards. If you're new here, this will be posted on YouTube. Everything is linked in my bio. If you're watching this on YouTube in the future, thank you so much for being here. If anything is resonating with you, go ahead and smack that like button. I was going to say live button. The like button, subscribe to, connect with me later as well. Personals can be found in the description box below, or the link wherever. Let's see. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, higher beings of light and unconditional love, divine mother, divine father, Holy Spirit. What are the messages coming out? Can you clarify what feels like this prophetic message? What does the collective need to know about this? Saturn, truth in reverse, and then Mercury retrograde, reinvention. Pluto, transformation. I'm telling you, what was once hidden will be revealed. Whatever happens in the dark will come to light. And you're the light. That's the thing. That's the thing. Whatever happens in the dark will come to light, and you're the light. So people are coming to you because you have like a multi-tiered mission. You're like, if you are resonating with this message, you have your ancestral mission, you have your spiritual mission, you have your karmic mission, and they're all in one, what I'm saying? It all goes together, but you are the light. So whatever's happening into the dark, it comes to you to have a light shown upon it, for you to move with grace and compassion, because then all people are left to do is to look at themselves, and spirit comes in and brings them that mirror. Chiron, healing. Let me get one more. Cancer, feel. Interesting. Yeah, so they're going to be feeling how you feel eventually. What goes around comes around, basically. Water element, sensing in the reverse. I feel like there's a lack of empathy, and that's what these people struggle with. We're going to continue. Yeah, the dead end. As I'm trying to pick up the cards, something is coming to a screeching halt. I feel like the lies, the manipulation, what feels like, I want to say what was coming to mind was gang stalking, but like it doesn't, in this second round of karma, this is what this feels like. The first round of karma, the swoop that came in this first half of this karmic 8-year was to teach people about empathy, to get them into a reflective state, right? To pay off your karmic debts, to repent, to free yourself, right? Those that chose to stay in these begrudgingly, whatever, they chose to stay in this dark, low vibrational energy. They lack empathy. So Spirit is like, okay, so you want to be stuck. That's what I'm saying. We're about to stick your finances, literally. No, but it feels like there is some kind of karmic loop that is connected to your finances. These people might be affecting your finances. The obstacle that you might be facing may be related to finances, or these people might have tried to keep you in a certain place, in a loop, in a certain tax bracket, because they feel like that's where you belong, right? And that's not the truth. This is the lie. Saturn, the truth in reverse. They're trying to keep you, this eye was closed on this card of the castle. They were trying to keep you from seeing your full potential. But that is being rewritten, because you are trusting not what you see on the surface, but how you feel. This is Eros. This is your deep desire for life and for pleasure in your life. This is also connected to the womb space. So you are trusting your intuitive knowing that comes from the depths of your being. There is going to be a reworking through love. The thing about love is that truth is the highest form of love. And truth, love, even when you deal with like the goddess of love, Aphrodite, she's not just the goddess of love, she's the goddess of war. And that's why they have songs like that. Like, it's a thin line between love and hate. You know what I'm saying? There's one, there's like that Kendrick Lamar song, love's gonna get you killed, but pride's gonna be the death of you and me. Like, it's a very thin line between these concepts, you know? And there's something being reinvented when it comes to acts of love, which should be acts of truth. But when there's deception there, that's when the war starts. And this feels like Spirit doesn't want you to worry about the war. Spirit, and that is a part of the prophecy too. Damn. I didn't write this part down, but when I was doing the research on the scripture, it was saying something around the lines of like, obviously, like, he was coming. This was his coming into Jerusalem was to cease the wars, right? To cease the war. Transformation is clarifying. Transformation is being clarified by the sustainer. So this is going to be a permanent, what feels like a permanent, the tables are turning, okay? The tables are turning, and it's permanent. It's because you stuck to the code. There is a spiritual code, and you followed the code. And the code is aligned with love. The code is aligned with integrity, right? Yeah, I keep getting chills, and Spirit is like, they're like, tag me in. It's like, the way that you tag Spirit in is by not taking karma into your own hands. That's how you tag Spirit in. Chiron healing and the vision. So I feel like this is being brought to your attention in this way because Spirit is like, look at this card. Like, do you see the hands? They're chilling. They're like, look, we know that there's about to be some fuckery. There's about to be a bit of chaos. We want you to sit pretty. We want you to be graceful. We want you to see the bigger picture. That this is a part of your... This is helping you. They're racking up karma, and you're about to, like, be paid from this. In whatever way abundance shows up for you, you know? It looks like it might be some real abundance, for real. But I'm saying, like, you are going to finally feel free. And that is true abundance. You're going to have more control of your time, your money, your heart space, your attention. Right now, it's like this because they have your finances. This is tied to your self-worth and to your self-value in some way. And this is fucking with your finances. And yeah, they're just about to learn a very tough lesson when it comes to that. But it looks like you're going to be seeing your worth, which is going to free up a lot of your energy. I'm going to get more details. I see the vow on the bottom of the deck. So there's some kind of like commitment, promise. I just heard promise, not commitment. It's a promise. Some people be like, okay, so like say someone is cross-watching this and they're like, you know, feeling that vibe of like, does the shoe fit type shit. If the shoe fits, Spirit's gonna make you wear it, okay? But more like I heard like, oh, is that a threat or is that a promise? And it's like Spirit is like, it's a promise. It's not a commitment. It's not a light thing. That's a like I said, this is a heaviness, like a prophecy. Like this is coming in pieces to me. We had the angel or the emanation of wisdom, the right eye, a vessel by which we carry that which is most precious. It is measure beyond boundary. So this is interesting because this is how I feel like this is how Spirit views you. I know this is kind of like an interesting thing, but it says the emanation of wisdom. This is like you pass on spiritual knowledge. So like it says, you're the most precious. And to sometimes I feel like Spirit just wants to see how far people will push it, you know? The angel of song. The ecstasies above with thy burning measures suit, thy grief, thy joy, thy hate, thy love, with the fervor of thy lute. The ecstasies above with the burning measures suit, with thy burning measures suit, thy grief, thy love. Interesting. I'm going to have to clarify that because that's very poetic. It feels cryptic. Feels a little cryptic. I find it interesting because there's a theory, if you look at this, they're playing this like guitar kind of thing. There's a theory that humans are, you know, the bridges between the spiritual realms. And of course we are attuned to a certain frequency or not. It's like we tune into certain radio stations and that's the frequency. That's the things that we're hearing. That's the thing that we're tuned into, right? So, this feels like a fine tuning of a frequency, you know? It feels like as you're facing certain darkness or certain like karmic energies, you're fine-tuning yourself, you know, to be on a higher frequency. You're staying at a higher frequency. You're not allowing yourself, that's what the advice is, at least, to stay on that higher frequency and not allow yourself to be lowered. But it feels like it's also taking note of, because there's a wide range. It says thy grief, thy joy, thy hate, thy love, you know? And we were just talking about in this card with the thin line between love and hate. You know, it's literally a frequency. It's what are you attuned to? And so these people are about to get reacquaintance. I feel like my words are jumbled up, but like Spirit is about to make their presence very known. The angel of Aries, that's what I'm saying. Like this is combat. The moment before we act, there must be an impulse to begin. Sometimes this force comes from our own will, and sometimes it comes, or it seems to arise from nothing. From the abyss, the angel of Aries emerges, bringing it with the strength to enact change. We are close to this angel whenever we take action. It is the power to be present in the moment and the wisdom to prepare for the future. There is always danger in its presence, but more hardship without it. Interesting. So this feels, like I said, like a gearing up to a rebirth, because we have transformation here. We have the sustainer. So this is kind of like preparing your masculine energy, preparing you to kind of go into battle, and knowing that, like I said, you're very protected throughout this. This is what this reading is like. It's giving you insight to why there may be certain challenges being presented to you, but it's also asking you to be in your power, asking you to stand up for yourself, in the way that you yield your sword of truth. And what we just go over is that the highest form of the highest form of love is truth. And so it's like, because you operate with integrity, they want you to maintain that frequency. We have the emanation of knowledge. Oh, that's a pretty one. Look at how they're interesting, how she's like goes through her own chest. A palace of mirrors. What did I say at the beginning of the reading? This people lack empathy, and then spirit holds up a mirror to them. And it's a way of like spirit using you as an instrument, you know, in this bigger plan to get people to see where they lack, you know, where they lack heart, where they lack courage. And for you to be even willing, like having this foresight and to be willing to go into this because you, again, adhere to a code and you listen to spirit and you're obedient, you know, not just because of the rewards, but that's just what being in alignment is. You know what I'm saying? And you know that it's about a part of a bigger plan. All things in all forms under all light are given shape. Under this axiom potentially falls away. A song must begin. Thunder must rise, all from a potential. If existence blossoms in a palace of mirrors, interesting. If an existence blossoms in a palace of mirrors, the light cast there is called Bina. And this is the description of the palace of mirrors, Bina. I'm going to read that again because my words. All things in all forms under all light are given shape. Okay, that's all I need to hear. That's what I said earlier. I was just like, oh, whatever happens in the dark comes to light. You are the light. So when things are brought to you, you act as a mirror. You are, what is that? I'm picturing like Pink Floyd t-shirt, you know, where it has like the fractal of light. It's like a spectrum and then it bounces off and it's like one beam versus like all of these other colors, the colors of the rainbow. You know what I'm talking about. Yes, that's what you are. Like when it bounces off, like you're this beam of like rainbow colors and then it bounces off the mirror and then it's like, it is an offering. You're offering your light to these people. And then we have the emanation of victory. That's what I'm saying. At the end, there is karmic retribution, cosmic retribution for all of this that you've been through. Interesting too, when I said like kind of like my dream message, everything was happening to my right. Very specifically, the horses, the donkey thing, it was happening to my right. And we had the right eye of Eon Soph, and then we have now, it says the right leg. There is no reward without hardship, no strength without resistance. Angel of Mysteries on the bottom of the deck. I know this is super bright, but Angel of Mysteries. And then we have the Angel of Punishment. I can't make it up. I'm telling you, I can't make it up. It's literally like, I've read this card before. I just want to read it to you guys. the angel of punishment. No context nor motive excuses the transgression. Peace subordinates to law. This is spiritual law. This is karmic retribution. This is something that you don't even have control over. This is something that you might not even agree with how it goes down. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what happens. That's how it's going down. That's the thing. These people have choice. And this feels like a round 2. That's what I'm saying. Like, let me cleanse these cards real quick, Yana. Okay, let's get into the tarot messages. If you're new here, this will be posted on YouTube, the full reading. If you're just tuning in from TikTok, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate. Ooh, this feels like a past lover. Or this might be people that you were very close to, the lovers in reverse. Interesting. Yes, they had a choice. Damn. They had a choice and they chose betrayal. You can't make it up, literally. 2 of Wands. They had a choice and or they planned. They knew. It was very much in their conscious awareness that whatever that they were going to do was going to harm you, hurt you. The 10 of Swords. This is a mental plan. They knew that this was going to destroy a part of you. They did not care. This is what I'm saying. There's a lack of empathy there. Oof. So I feel like when you got the clarity, or this is the clarity that's coming in, Spirit's like, they want you to put this to rest. Meaning, what we talked about earlier in the reading. You know how you tag Spirit in? You don't do a motherfucking thing. You pray about it. Not saying that you can't call somebody out or whatever. I just feel like the betrayal had already taken place. It's 10 of Swords. This is something that happened in the dark that is being revealed. And Spirit doesn't want you to expend any energy. Specifically, they're talking about reworking your pleasure centers. They want you to enjoy your life. They want you to be rested. And a message is coming in while you're resting. Thank you for the follow. But yes, they want you chilling. Tuning your frequency. Like we were talking about the angel song. Like you are tuning your frequency while all of this is going on. This is a part of your reward. You get to rest, you know. They're dipping and dodging and dodging. Dipping and dodging and dodging and dipping. The tower is falling, but they are like, they're really trying. They're really trying. But the tower falls regardless, you know. Ooh, and they just fell on the floor. There's a new authority. I just heard like there's a new sheriff in town. Like this town ain't big enough for the both of us. That's why I was saying, like in my dream, I was kept getting like this feeling of like Wild Wild West, but it wasn't like Wild Wild West. It was more like agriculture, like harvest, like prairie, you know. But it feels like you are in your power, and there's like this again, the tower is falling for these people, and because you're in your strength, you are the new authority in town. This is real strength. Being able to, this is very much giving walk through the valley of the shadows of death, right? Is that how you say that? I forget. Walking through the valley of the shadow of death. Something like that, where it's like you face darkness, you have the courage to face your fears, you've had the courage to face people, places, and things that did not have your best intentions, and you went through it anyway because you were told to, that this was the path that you were put on. And there was a bigger... Are you knocking on my door? I'm filming right now. Okay. Yes, this is the path that you were put on, and for a reason, because I just lost my train of thought, but you get what I'm saying. There's a new sheriff in town, okay? You had to walk away, and this caused you, this light, this caused you a lot of pain, I feel like. It caused you a lot of confusion. You had to walk through this, and not only walking through this caused you pain and confusion, but leaving these people that apparently you trusted. These were people that you loved, the lovers. But like I said, you were willing to go through this. Look at this again. You were willing to go through this. You offered yourself. You offered your heart to the divine. You see how they're looking up to the divine? Queen of Cups. Literally, the Queen of Cups. She has the biggest heart. She's also very psychic. So this is clarifying the vision and the healing. You offered your heart space. You offered your cup. And you're like, you know what? If these people can't fill my cup up, if these people are going to do me like that, I'm going to let Spirit fill my cup up. You know? Queen of Wands. Why is the Queen of Wands in reverse? Death in reverse. Interesting. Yeah, this is the rebirth through your confidence. You're very compassionate. You're the type of person that will give your last to people. And it took a lot out of you. I feel like it burnt up your solar plexus. It burnt up your sacral. You started to lose your creative flow, your creative juices. You were giving it all away. To people who consciously knew they were doing you foul, you know? And I feel like it affected your confidence. And the Death card in reverse is telling you that there's a rebirth of this, that you are now, like I said, there's a new sheriff in town. Like, you're stepping up into your authority. You're feeling better about yourself. And I think that's why Spirit is bringing this to your attention, to this reading to your attention, is because this is supposed to... We have the Queen of Wands popping out. I mean, not Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords. This is being communicated to you because, and I love that all these queens are coming out, is because that is the feminine energy. That is Spirit, you know, like Spirit moves in the feminine energy. The masculine energy more represents what's happening in the physical, and the feminine energy is, it's like you finding your voice too. Like, Spirit is restoring what had been lost. Ooh, there's some kind of offer coming in. Ooh, so you might have multiple offers coming in. There's going to be one that makes you really happy. And there's going to be one that it may come quickly. So there might not be two offers. It might be just how it comes in, but it could be two offers. Could be one from a fire sign, one from a water sign, or it could be the combination of just something that's very passionate coming in due to you using your voice. Let me clarify. They're like, nope, that's the truth. There's going to be something coming in for you. This is the Ace of Swords. By you wielding your sword of truth, there are going to be offers coming into you. Let's see. Okay, so this is really interesting too. It just popped into my head in the dream. Hi Bambi. In my dream that I had explained earlier, I said that it's really important that I have these papers. It's really important that I have these papers that need to go home. Can we clarify? Can we go into what that represents, Spirit? Ooh, Nine of Pentacles. I feel like those are your receipts. Those are your, what feels like the karmic contracts, the checks you're about to cash. You're about to run home and sign those checks, because the Nine of Pentacles is coming out, and Nine of Pentacles is like being in your power, in your worth, knowing your self-worth, rewriting your values. Yes, book a reading. Being like, just in your power, you know? Feeling really good about yourself. This is also being very like, I don't know, just feeling very good, looking good, listening to your guidance. We have the Hermit in reverse, so coming out about this, finally coming out about, I don't know, this might be just kind of getting out of Hermit mode. The Hermit in reverse, and then the Hierophant. I feel like you're coming out as a spiritual teacher, leader, your wisdom, you know, you're sharing it. And I think that this is going to move you out of this space of kind of like dissatisfaction or discontentment, being around people, places, things that chose this type of path, you know. The High Priestess in reverse, you're finally using your voice. You're finally using your voice. You're not ignoring your intuition. This has been a cup that's also been trying to be passed to you for quite a while, it feels like. The opportunity for spirit to pour into your cup, but I feel like there was fear around doing this alone for a long time, and I feel like that is kind of part of the rite of passage that you're going through with this prophecy, where it's like, yeah, you have to walk through the valley of the shadow of death alone, you know. Oh, I see that you're birthing with this prophecy, where it's like, yeah, you have to walk through the valley of the shadow of death alone, you know. Oh, I see that you purchased. Double check the details, but yes, I got your booking. But yes, this seems like, it feels like more of an initiation kind of thing. Yeah, King of Wands. So we have the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands on the board. This is that Aries energy. This is like being reborn. So I'm excited for you. I feel like I'm going to, let's get some Moonology cards. This full reading will be, he said my job is the problem. I feel it. Actually, I just recorded a reading. I haven't posted that one on YouTube just yet, but I recorded a reading about eclipse season, and problems of or issues of the workplace are a theme for eclipse season, especially considering we're dealing with a Pisces Virgo axis. So we're dealing with the workplace and we're dealing with our dreams, you know, and feeling the tension, the sexual tension building between me and my dreams, you know what I'm saying? And just this like, work, you know what I'm saying? Like, but not just work, it's the interactions there and the mirrors there and all of that, you know? Yes. Let's see. A fiery climax approaches. Interesting. That's what I'm saying. And that's a full moon in Aries as well. A time to give rather than to take. Again, so Spirit is saying that you are the perfect person to go through this, to teach people this lesson, to allow Spirit to work through you, to allow karma to work through you by not doing anything or trying to enact karma on these people. By having this awareness, it's by tagging Spirit in, by being like, you know what, I'm going to give it to God. I'm going to, I don't have to do anything, because whatever is mine anyway. The answers you need are coming. So not only are, look at this also, like, I like the symbolism here. The Aries card, the ram's eyes are wide the fuck open, you know. Then we see it's a time to give rather than take. Her eyes closed. She's not observing all of the shit going on. She's in her heart energy, all of this green. She is still giving. She is still compassionate. She is still understanding. She is still connected to the bigger truth, which that you and these people aren't necessarily separated. These people feel like you're an enemy, or that you can take what they want, or that you're in some position that they can't be in because they don't see the oneness in you guys in the first place. This degree of separation is what causes them to act in this malicious way in the first place. Spirit is asking you to remain in your oneness, connected to your heart energy, and don't pay attention to the bullshit, you know? And then it says the answers you need are coming. And then you see one person has, you know, one side of you, and then you have your eyes open here. So the karmic cosmic retribution that I feel like is brewing, not only is it going to happen, but it's going to happen right in front of you. It's going to be made privy to you. And you know what? You might not even feel good about it. Like I said, this may take place in a way that makes you even uncomfortable, because maybe you wouldn't have taken it that far. But at the same time, it's like you don't have control over that, right? And also, these people are free will and they had choice. A time for healing. So Spirit just wants you to focus on you. And let's get a final one. Ooh. Your dreams need a practical plan. Interesting. Full moon in Taurus over here. It flew over here on this like dark karmic pile. And this was the area that we were talking about them kind of keeping your finances stuck specifically. Like there's a cycle that they're trying to keep you in financially, because it is connected to and affects your self-worth and vice versa. It says luck is on your side. So continue planning, continue dreaming big, continue moving forward with your plan. And I think that it will work out better than you imagined. Let me read these comments real quick before I hop on. Change is the only constant. Yes. Absolutely. You said, is this a collective? Yes, sorry. I was just like doing the reading, but this is a collective message. I had a couple of dreams. I'm going to post this on YouTube. I don't want to I don't mind explaining like what the reading was about, but because I am going to post this on YouTube, I don't want YouTube people to have to like listen to the whole thing again. But let me see. Scroll. Yes, everything will be posted on YouTube. If you're interested in a personal reading, everything can be found in my description box. Yes, and I guess I could hop back on here to do like quick one-on-ones later, but I don't want to make any promises. But yes, if you tuned in on TikTok, I appreciate you so much. I don't want to get on camera because I look crazy. But I had to hop on here because I was starting to get the downloads about what was going to be happening. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.